Welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers Television. Well, we all like to live, work, and play, and that means all of us. And there's a great organization out there helping all people do just that. It's called Live, Work, and Play. How appropriate. And Keenan Wellar joins us. How are you doing, Keenan? Thanks so much for being here. Well, first of all, for those who don't know, why don't we talk about Live, Work, and Play and what it is that you strive to do?
Sure. Well, Live, Work, Play is all about helping people with intellectual disabilities to have a good life. And that means in all aspects of life. So where their daily living takes place, at work or volunteering, and with relationships and social activity and citizenship in the community.
Yeah, and it's really about integrating them into the community. And I think when we first think of it, we think that getting them a job is the most important thing. It goes beyond that, doesn't it? Can you speak on that a little bit?
Well, it does. Certainly contributing to the community is an important part of feeling included. But usually that work starts with other things like self-esteem and feeling that one does belong in the community. It's not as easy as simply saying, here's a job opportunity. So we spend a lot of time just helping people understanding more about themselves and about society and how they fit in, and participating in not only in work, but things like voting in elections, for example, is something we're very active with.
And Keenan, you're one of the co-founders, correct, of Live, Work, Play? So how did this all come about? How did you get started?
Just kind of noticed the problem from a part-time job when I was in university and talking to families, and they were very distressed, actually, with the lack of services for their adult children. And it was something that had bothered myself and my wife for some time, and we decided to work on developing a charitable organization, and it worked out, and it's become a full-time vocation.
And an important part of this is those circles of support. And as I understand it, there are 3 different circles of support that you talk about in Work, Live, Play. Can you speak on that a little?
Well, we don't want to be kind of the big bad agency that means everything to the person's life, because that can be kind of scary. If something goes wrong with the agency, and we've seen this happen in different places in Ottawa and throughout Ontario, then the person may find themselves, all their supports are eliminated. So we're really big on keeping family involved, developing real friendships, and also building relationships with employers and other people in the community, so that it's really a whole big web of support and not just an agency. So we kind of like to facilitate that, and over time we like our importance to actually decline, so that the person has more of a normal life.
Keenan, obviously important as well, it has to be fundraising to keep this great program going. We understand you have a couple of different things coming up. Why don't we talk about the event on the 25th first? What's going on?
Sure. Well, it's our 9th annual MBNA Recipe for Success Culinary Adventure and Charity Auction. Long title, but there's a lot going on.
You've got to live longer, or?
Basically food and fun, including fundraising at the Hampton in Ottawa on the 25th. And it's a fun silent auction, live auction. There's a balloon bust. We have a book signing this year with one of our clients. It's actually published a children's book. So a ton of things going on for $20 and delicious food. And it's our most important fundraiser. We're looking to generate about $50,000.
Wow. And one of our favorite establishments is Cora's. We've had Cora personally on the show before.
Great people.
They are great people, and they do a lot of work in the community. And I know they're helping you out with an event as well, aren't they?
It's our second year. Scott Singer from the Merivale location has offered up basically his restaurant for Wednesday the 23rd, the whole day. I'm sorry, that's actually 2 days from now. It's this Wednesday, the whole day. The proceeds are going to support Live, Work, Play. So Wednesday morning or lunch, bring your co-workers and come on out for a great day.
It sounds like you guys have a lot to celebrate. You also have a few new things going on, as we understand it. You mentioned something about a housing situation you have going now?
Well, we've kind of plunged into housing. We actually have 2 condominiums in the West End that are rented affordably to people with intellectual disabilities. And we also have a new transitional program, because making the jump from living at home with parents to another situation is kind of scary for everyone concerned. And we now have a transitional apartment where people can live with a roommate for 2 months and see how it goes and get a report. And the family and Live, Work, Play, we can all sit down and talk about it and see, hey, this person's ready, or there's a couple of things they need to work on. And we've had 4 people kind of graduate from this at this point, and half of them have actually moved on to permanent housing. So we're really excited about that.
Is that the biggest challenge, do you think, for people with intellectual disabilities, is getting out on their own? Because as we know, their parents eventually aren't going to be there for them, and they've lost that biggest part of their support. Is this the biggest challenge for them?
I think it's one of the biggest concerns. We really want the family to be involved in that move. So that means getting it going at an earlier age so the parents can be actively involved instead of it something that has forced because they can no longer support their child. So that's something we just don't think should be happening anymore. So we're trying to get ahead of the curve on that.
Keenan, if people are interested in coming on the 25th or taking part in the Chorus Day, what's the best place for them to find out more information?
Sure. Well, they can go to liveworkplay.ca or give us a call, 235-9550.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
we really appreciate you coming and sharing the information, and good luck on all these new things you have going on. It sounds like you've got a busy year ahead of you, that's for sure.
I hope so.
Thanks
a lot, Keenan.